Our next opponent is Azrael, and at this point the deck lists are open, and I have seen his deck, and it is going to be pretty much a counter. He's running Drag Down and no more heroes, making it quite difficult for us. There's not much that we can really do about it to play around that stuff. Possibly as a sideboard we might add Purify to try to remove it, but honestly, if he draws no more heroes, we are done. Sadly, this is a counter matchup that will be unpleasant. Maybe if we get Aberion on the board in time, but that is a tall ask against his list. We are going with Irial here in the return of the champ blocking strategy. Well, our Gabrielle died, but luckily we have a second copy in hand, so not all is lost, at least not yet. We will go with Tempus this turn. Cornicen is going to help us with champ blocking, and FlameDawn Commando is going to put Reason of Avrak back into the grave. It is a little bit of waste to use Commando on Reason, but it at least gives us a chance to buy some time and try to get in the damage. We are slightly behind in the race, but with champ blocking there is a small chance we can try to catch up. Yeah, we definitely don't like the Pile Imp, but there's not much that we can do about it right now. What we can do... Oh right, that's the Cornicen token. Well, we have to make the choice between playing Soul right now or playing FlameDawn Commando, but we will use Champion's Herald on Soul because it puts him on the Assault Zone with the same timing as playing him now, but this gives us some freedom to play FlameDawn Commando and hopefully have Bile Imp die to an exchange with a token. And then we can also play another Champion's Herald, followed by Gabrielle, who will hit the board next turn and increase the cost of Azrael's cards. We are pretty much in a race against the no more heroes. So, with Adaptive Ritualists, we know that there is Demonize ahead of us. We could play Aberion, but he eats that Demonize very hard. We will instead play Soul here. We will keep Tempus back to maybe, hopefully, bite Demonize. And we are back to champ blocking. We have another Cornicen. We also have Soul's Loyalist. So the question is whether we want to put more champ blocking bodies here, or if we want more attack on our unique characters. Given that we are in a race and that we do have to hold our biggest character for one turn, we will play Soul Loyalist to make Soul slightly better. And next turn we might play Aberion, depending on whether we see Demonize. We have couple juicy targets for Demonize, so it's possible that it appears this turn, and we are free to put Tempus back on the Assault. And we are losing Irial here, which is definitely unfortunate. But at this point, even with Demonize, we are looking at a pretty convincing lethal with Tempus on the board. So let's drop Soul and see if our flyers can bring us victory. We have a very, very solid damage out there. And right now, even no more heroes does not completely get us out of the game due to the Aberion. Then again, no more heroes did not materialize, and the opponent forfeits this one. And we are heading into the second game. I have sideboarded my Fiery Ascensions for Purifies to remove his stuff from graveyard. He's playing discard synergy, so this might help us prevent some of the threats. We do have our turn to play. I think we will continue with Gabrielle plan because it does delay him significantly, and is a very cheesy and unpopular play, but then again, this is a tournament, so no holds barred. Yes, and right now Purify before turn 5 would be a great draw, because we can expect him to play Raise Dead on that CCD. Then again, with 2 copies in our deck, it will be a little bit of a gamble whether we draw it in time or not. For now, let's see what we can get away with. Spontaneous combustion. And sadly, Gabrielle does not help us here, because spontaneous combustion uses exile cost, which is unmodified by her, which is putting a little bit of stick in our spoke, but I suspect that putting Champion Herald and Soul Loyalist gives our Gabrielle chance of survival. We are looking at 12 damage spread against 17 points of health, which is going to be a little bit random whether or not the characters we care about survive or not. And here comes the spontaneous combustion from the Exile, and let's see if the gods of random chance are looking at us with a gracious eye. How does it spread? And everyone survive! The best possible outcome for us. This, my friends, was an attempt to manipulate RNG to our greatest possible advantage. We will sacrifice Soul Loyalist to save us 7 health, and now we are looking at the question of what do we want to put into play. I think I will use Champion Herald ability to play Kali for 2 with charge next turn, and then I will put in Tempus and try to increase her stats by playing Cornicen and another Champion's Herald. It leaves us with 1 mana floating, but sadly we don't really have any more optimal way to spend it, especially since Gabrielle is unique character and we can't have another copy of her. And as long as she survives, she also delays Raise Dead on the Celestial Dragon. Yeah, the Bile Imp comes in. That Soul Loyalist is going to be resurrected by Infect. This is very unfortunate for us. But we managed a pretty aggressive line here with 11-10 Tempus. Honestly, this is rather unfortunate development. At this point, given the problems that Infect might cause for us with our champ blocking strategy, we will go for a rather big overkill on the Bile Imp with Banish, but I think with the current board state it is probably the best option for us. And since we don't have any unique characters that we want to speed up onto the board, we will attack with the Champion's Herald. And here is No More Heroes, which pretty much destroys our whole deck. And it came just a turn early. Aberion could have lived through it, if not for the very unfortunate fact that he was not deployed at the time. This is probably a forfeit for us. Yeah. We could have tried to survive the Resurrect on CCD with Evict if there wasn't No More Heroes. We could have tried to go on through No More Heroes with our hand, if not for CCD. I don't think we have much of the chance for winning this one, but let's see how this one falls down, and probably forfeit on the next turn. Yes, without ability to evict the dragon immediately, we can't do anything. And we are heading into the final game. Let's see who gets more luck. Does he draw the card that kills my deck, or do I manage to rush him down? Well, we do have Purify, so if he tries any resurrection shenanigans, we will be ready for them. Having 3 Heralds in hand this early is a little iffy, but there's not much we can do unless we want to risk not drawing another Purify, and we do want another Purify. So he tosses once was clean. That one is not as scary with Resurrection, so we are not going to drop Purify on it. Instead, once more into the bridge. Gabrielle to delay his tactics. And what does he toss now? He have mulliganed ones, so... Spontaneous Combustion. So once again we are going to try to play around Spontaneous Combustion. This is a slightly riskier order to do it, with a total of 15-17 health added, but we can lose our Tempus here. Let's see if the risk pays out. Here comes Combustion. And let's see how the split goes. Well, losing a Herald is somewhat suboptimal, but it is a pretty good situation. Now we are looking at a curious question. Do we want to deny him any further combustions? And honestly, we don't really care about them that much. What we care about is hastening our soul to put him out on turn 5. And pumping up our Irial. Not Irial, pumping up our Tempus with Irial. And Soul has a good advantage of double life, which lets him tank at least one no more heroes. I am expecting this turn to be a Bile Imp play. Oh, we have a little bit of thought here. Oh, something unobvious. Oh, Demonize on our Tempus, which is a nasty play. Well, we now have our champ blocking angel. Question is whether we want to use it here. We would like to attack with Irial, but then we are looking at the possibility of her dying. And we also have to ask ourselves, is there no more heroes? This is a very aggressive line. We are trying to pump out as much damage as possible. I don't know. Well, we have no play around no more heroes. There's nothing that we really want to purify, and Soul is our best chance at getting something done. If there's no more heroes, next then must be Soul, Champion of Force, Aberion, Champion of all Force, so we might just as well attack with Herald. This attack is only to increase Irial's chances of survival. Okay. It's Spontaneous Combustion. We have a big board advantage. Soul still has his lives. And we have Aberion on the board, which means we are no longer so vulnerable to the no more heroes. And since once champion Herald survived, we can drop Gabrielle directly onto the board next turn. We are in not bad of a situation. Well, in fact, from the demon is a little bit terrible, but we will move the angel without flying as a champ blocker, keep our flying characters out there. We have seen 2 demonizers. This is slightly cautious play, but it gives us a chance of survival just in case. And we will place another Irial here. Oh god, please tell me which demonize he picked. No! We missed our Purify. No! Did we? Oh god, I don't know if we missed our Purify. I don't know if we missed our Purify. If we missed our Purify, this is terrible. This is going to be very, very, very bad if we missed our Purify. We didn't. We won thanks to the Purify. That sideboard decision was perfect.